Uh, Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Playday 2 of ANZ Cup. My name is the Russian Cthulhu, and today I'm joined by Amphley. Amphley, how are you today, mate?
I'm going fantastic, Cthulhu. I am pumped for today's matches. We've got some really good matches going on today.
Yeah, they promise to be very intense, and the first match of the day being Zero Gaming versus DarkSided. This should be quite spicy. What do you reckon?
Yeah, this is going to be a very good match indeed. I think that this is going to be one of the closest matches for the week that we have.
Yeah.
So I'm very keen to see how these guys go together.
Definitely. And the very first map will be the Border, played as a pick of, I believe, DarkSided. Border will be the Zero Gaming pick.
That doesn't surprise me very much. Zero Gaming, long history of Border being their favorite map. This team has some influences from Scylla, from Corvidae, from a lot of teams. So I'm not
need to locate
surprised seeing Border as their map at all.
Yeah, and for the remaining of the maps, we have the Oregon, which was picked by DarkSided, and Chalet as our third map. With Oregon, I'm guessing it was kind of obvious with DarkSided because them playing back as Corvidae, they did used to favor Oregon quite a lot, as far as I remember.
Yes, they really did enjoy playing Oregon, and the team did really well on Oregon. It was one of their favorite maps because it allowed their roamers to do a lot of jobs together, like move around, work as a team. So, Corvidae or DarkSided now really do love those open maps, and Oregon really allows them to do that as well. So.
Yeah, and let's have a look at the rosters as well. So for Zero Gaming, we have Rock, we have Major Vulcan, who I believe is Zapruder, we have Say, and DOS, and I believe Hottie96. Would you remember who would that be also hiding in that cloak?
I'm not. Well, Shade is Say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Shade. Zapruder is, I believe Zapruder's Major. I'm not too sure who the Capitao is. Can't remember who their fifth was.
Well, nonetheless, for ViewSonic DarkSided, we do have Warden, Spaz, Fletch, Jackdad, and Nico. And we are already seeing, with the minute past, we are seeing Zero Gaming so far making their way slowly but steadily closer to the objective, which is the Armory and the Archives. And a fairly interesting setup.
Yep, they're going to be doing the back push through the offices here. This is something that DarkSided has really made their own. A lot of other teams will push on the Armory. DarkSided, even back when they were Corvidae, has preferred this back push as well. So I'm not really surprised to see them going this way. Going to make use of this Sophia though. I wonder how effective it'll actually be.
I would actually, contemplate on that as well, but I feel that it will be quite an aggressive push since Zofia has been quite frequently used for that very aggressive playstyle and rushing, same as kind of Ying, I guess.
Warden on that mirror is going to be holding an extremely long angle down into the open area site, so
that is actually a very nice spot.
Yeah, Warden's going to be holding an ultra long angle here. As soon as they jump across into his vision, though, he's going to start opening fire. No, they're going to try and fire him out right now. I don't think they're going to be very successful at it. They've smoked him out and forcing him to move.
Right, and with 42 already that kind of far into.
First one down.
There we go. There's the grenades from Thatcher, and there we go. There's the first kill from Spaz. Opens up on Shade. There's another one. Ooh, spicy meatball from Warden onto Hot Stuff 98. Rock now could be the very next person to try to pre-fire. Ooh, opens up on Fletch and just slowly evens it out. 2v3 now. Wow, Jagdad opens up with a double kill on Rock and DOS as well. Now all up to Zapruder with 10 seconds. It doesn't look good for him. But the drop shot from Warden will be securing the first round in this match day as well for DarkSided. Now, what do you reckon, Flea? What went wrong for Zero Gaming? Like, why do you feel?
Zero Gaming were very much prepared for an armory push. I don't think their whole considered an archives push, but they weren't quite. They were more prepared for the armory push, right? They weren't prepared for it. The resources just went there to be able to push those off, and so you know, for Corvidae to be able to not Corvidae, sorry. So for DarkSided to be able to successfully defend that, I think was brilliant because Zero Gaming just weren't quite prepared for the resistance that they found. I don't think.
Yeah, I feel that double kill from Jagdad, that's what secured from the, I believe that was on main stairs, assisting, I believe, Warden from the CCTV room. But nonetheless, we are seeing from Zero Gaming a pick of workshop and service. No wait, ventilation room. Pardon me.
Yeah, ventilation.
Compared to the usual kind of pick of armory and archives. Do you feel that they might provide some more vertical gameplay, or they'll just be hunkering down close to the objective?
I think they're definitely going to be trying to do a bit more of a vertical gameplay. You see that Rock was looking up the top there. He's already had to drop. Shade is still up there. This isn't a bad idea for them to go up top first because, you know, it adds a second layer of defense that they have to get through. They have to get control of the top floor, and then they have to get control of that of the bomb sites plant. So it adds a second layer. So it's not the worst idea to go up top. But Shade, if he's not careful, he's going to be pushed out of here real soon.
Yeah, and we are seeing DarkSided actually going for a very confident push already. Fletch is moving up. Never mind, that's a C4 from Rock, actually, who picks up Fletch, and that is actually minus the Ying. Minus that kind of rushing potential.
Yeah, that was a beautiful seesaw from Rock. Fletch will have to sit the rest of this round out. He will be on his drones, though, giving as much intel as he can to the rest of his team. And, you know, Zero Gaming have a very, very spread out hold here. 2 people in customs, but, you know, Buck up top, going to be doing just Buck things.
Right. And with a minute 30 on the timer, what do you feel now left for DarkSided? Because they already lost Ying, played by Fletch, and actually, I believe Spaz going for very nice angle, but the Hot Stuff will be picking out Warden with a nice headshot as well.
Yeah, and you know, this is going fantastically for Zero Gaming, and DarkSided just need to calm down a little bit here. They've still got a minute left. That's another one being dropped. Wow.
And
okay, so yeah, they just need to calm down. Play the last minute, try and get some picks, and that's a good way to go. That's a good start from Nico.
Yeah, that's a very good start from Nico, taking out Mira, actually. Well, slightly, slowly but steadily evening out the score with, so far, 41 seconds on the clock now. Nico and Jagdad having, so far, a pretty good amount of health, so it's still doable for them, but in a very difficult manner. Hibana and Thatcher alive. They do spot that mirror window and the hole for the C4, so that will be potentially a no-go for them, but time is slowly running out, so they will need to start making their way over soon. There's the pre-fire. Jagdad gets a double kill. Nicely done. Wow. Nico nearly managed to get the kills. Jagdad goes for another drop shot and gets Shade. 3 seconds on the clock. Needs to go for the plant. And now all up to Rock to be able to peek. And saving the KD. Saving that sweet KD.
Yeah, unfortunately he couldn't stick the plant there. You know, he got pushed out, so really good round by Zero Gaming. That was a much stronger round than their first round.
Yeah, they definitely.
And it seems like this defensive trend could continue.
And they were definitely looking much more confident on defending the workshop and vents, which actually worked out for them very well. And that initial frag, I think, on Fletch, that's what kind of started winning them the round. It started like just slowed down the whole pace of DarkSided, because they're kind of known for that proper aggression. And we are seeing a pick of Dokkaebi from Zero Gaming this time.
Attackers need to locate.
Yeah, it's not something we see an awful lot of. However, the Dokkaebi, it is going to be very important. If we can pick up the phone to get those cameras, Spaz is of course running a Valkyrie, right? Who, you know, we're so kindly spectating just to get the memes going. I think that, you know, I think that this is a very good pick, considering that they are choosing Valkyrie. They did see in their last defensive round, hey guys, these guys are running a Valkyrie. We can choose Dokkaebi here, get access to those cameras. However, that being said, DarkSided and Spaz as well, they're not stupid, right? They're going to put these cameras in spots that can't be turned against them, just in case there's been a Dokkaebi. You know, as someone who likes to dabble in a bit of Valkyrie, you know, you need to, with the introduction of Dokkaebi, you need to rethink about where you put these cameras. You need to put them in spots that are useful for the defenders, but not useful for the attackers. So we'll have to see whether or not Spaz is taking that into account, or whether or not Shade can actually get these cameras in his control.
It does feel to me though that the fact that maybe they're not yet expecting a Dokkaebi pick from Zero Gaming. If Zero Gaming haven't been utilizing Dokkaebi a lot, maybe that would be also the. You know,
Dokkaebi getting the cameras. If you've placed your Valkyrie cameras smart enough, is not the end of the world, right? Yeah,
True.
It can be a bit annoying if you're trying to pull off a flank or whatnot. But if your cameras are placed smartly, then I don't see where the issue is. I don't think it's that powerful, which I think is why we don't see a lot of Dokkaebi in the high-end tier, is because the Valkyrie players are actually putting their cameras in intelligent spots.
We are seeing, unfortunately, Zapruder disconnecting from the game, making it a 4v5, and there goes the first logic bomb already. And I believe, yeah, Rock already made pretty far as well, the same as DOS, making their way over to the customs. With so far Zero Gaming getting closer and closer, and it doesn't look like they're planning to stop anytime soon. So far, not a single frag, but they are DarkSided will be.
They're ignoring top floor.
Yeah, they're fully ignoring top floor, which is quite interesting as well.
They've lost their hard breaches, so this isn't going the way they're going to think it's going. Normally at this point you'd see the hard breacher go through. Unfortunately, Zapruder, who was playing that hard breacher, has disconnected. So, you know, there's not much going to be done for it here. They're going to have to think of an alternative attack route, and at this point they don't have the time to go back upstairs.
Definitely, yeah, and that might prove actually... Oh, there we go. They actually busted through the castle barricade, so that's going to be the rush in. And the first one who will be encountering them will be Nico, playing as Castle. I did want to point out as well.
Yeah, he's been droned out by Hot Stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
The drone does get taken out, though. But, so they could potentially come in through the side. Smokes are going to go out. He's going to get Candelaed as well. There comes the flashbangs. Shade's made his way in. He's going to start the plant. Nico, what's going to happen here? Jack Daddy's managed to take out DOS, though, so they've regained control of the bathroom. Jack Daddy gets himself a second as Shade does manage to get the plant in. Rock Trade's warden back. Jack Daddy takes out Shade, so now it's all up to Rock. He does get taken out by Jack Daddy with a fantastic 4K there.
Yeah, that's a very nice
played.
Yeah, very nice flank, and I guess that's what you get when you fully ignore on the upstairs. I'm guessing they either didn't drone it full enough, or fast enough, or more as thoroughly as they would have supposed to be doing that. But yeah, that pretty much that played them really badly. All right, we'll be switching quickly to the overlay while we waiting for the rehost. And meanwhile, let's talk about Let's talk about how and why did they have decided to kind of ignore the upstairs. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we see it from time to time between the teams. I don't think it's that big a deal. We see it from time to time. The Armory Lockers is definitely the favored one, but I don't think it's that big a deal if they go downstairs. If we're seeing something like customs inspection or something, that would be a big thing. But seeing the alternative site go second, it's not that great big a deal. I mean, I remember times when Kitchen Trophy was the second favorite bomb site on Chalet. Now it's split 50-50, right? Same with Oregon. I remember when the basement on Oregon was the second favorited site, and then they brought in Mirror and it became 50-50. So, it's a little... I don't think it's that big a deal. I think these things go through changes, so... I think it's honestly probably more a preference thing at this point, or maybe trying to catch DarkSided off guard a little bit.
Yeah, that could have been that. And to be honest, if they had Zapruder as their hard breacher, if they would have been able to get that momentum going, the round would have completely went differently. But unfortunately, the loss of their hard breacher, slowed them down really quickly. And I guess, they just decided to commit fully to the whole push into the side. But I feel they were not prepared for, they weren't able to fully adjust for that. They just they have the strat sheet and yep, do it, let's do that. Oh, we lost them. No, never mind, let's keep rolling.
Yeah, so they sort of had to, right? By the time he dropped, a minute was gone through the round. They were all sitting around Teller's they're all sitting around Teller's area. They didn't really have a lot of options. I mean, to run up and clear upstairs would have taken another 30 seconds to a minute, and by that point you're only left with another minute left to push the site. So I think at that point they sort of had to commit to what they had planned, despite the drop of their hard breach. They didn't have the rotates, they didn't have the map cleared. Their goal, it would have taken them longer to clear the rest of the map safely, so they could have rotate rather than just pushing straight in like they did. So I don't think it made that much of a difference, to be perfectly honest.
Right, yeah. And with the upcoming rounds, ViewSonic DarkSided will be now on offense, with Zero Gaming now locked out of vents. Do you think that Zero Gaming will be able to perform as well as they did with their initial defense?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. We've seen very, very, very strong defensive wins so far. But we've seen very dominant defensive wins so far. So I don't see why we wouldn't see that continue. As we are getting back into it now.
Yep. We'll be definitely going back into it with a so far score 2-1 in favor of ViewSonic DarkSided.
Yep, and Jack Daddy actually ended those 3 rounds on 9 kills.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Right, so, yeah, Jack Daddy ended 3 rounds off 9 kills, right? So he has an average of 3 kills a round. He got a 4K in the last one, so he got 3K in another one and 2 in another one, right? So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he has been popping off so far really nicely, and with his flanks as Bandit, and I guess that kind of makes him a certified Bandit main so far. But with the pick of operators for Zero Gaming, we will be for ViewSonic DarkSided. My bad. We will be seeing the swap sides. With ViewSonic DarkSided, we will be seeing Zephyr, Buck, Ying, Thatcher, and Himpana. Pretty much same setup. For Zero Gaming, though, we are seeing Vigil pop out.
Yeah, that's something interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing Vigil go. See how Vigil's going to go in this. Is he going to roam? Is he going to sit on site and try and play mind games? You can sit him on site with his ability on, and they will think perhaps maybe he's downstairs.
Yeah, that could be actually.
Because you know you want that buck to go downstairs, open up the floor, try and get these bandits off, right? So you can safely blow the walls and to the rooms, all that sort of stuff. So you can play the mind game because they're going to drone downstairs, of course. Put the Vigil upstairs with his ability on, and the drones just sort of worry about. They're like, well, you know, he could be down here. We don't know. We honestly don't know. So you just have to face check that. So. DOS on this Vigil is going to be very interesting, and how he plays it is going to be the most interesting point of this round, I believe.
Definitely, and we will be seeing him kind of holding the same position on the fountain, whereas it does look like a full-on push from through fountain, but Warden will be already making his way over to the CCTV as well to secure that extra angle. Potentially to cut off the flanking rotation.
Yeah, and with the minute down here, 2 minutes left, we're seeing ViewSonic DarkSide have full control of the map at this point, right? So all 5 members of Zero Gaming are on site. They don't have any roamers.
Yeah.
All of them are sitting on site.
Yeah, and it feels somewhat weird to me that they don't really have all of the, well, not even at least one roamer. Oh, there we go. There's a C4 on Warden, just read like a book, baby.
Yep, and that is the Zofia being dropped now, as Shade unfortunately now gets dropped from the match.
That is quite unfortunate as well for him, as Zero Gaming at this point used up their V-host, and it's all up to ViewSonic DarkSided to be the deciders of what's going to happen. Valkyrie just getting continuously tagged. Just absolutely harassed. Somebody call the police. Never mind, Shade is back.
Rock is, yep, Shade's going to join. Unfortunately, he is down. Oh no, Rock, he's in a world of pain right now. Nico's managed to jump in and remove his head though, so now ViewSonic DarkSide has full control of the map, except for Sight. Actually light now, as Hot Stuff is still sitting on... Oh wow, okay, he peeks just a little bit too far. Spaz is going to put an end to him. Jack Daddy does find DOS though as well, so now it's all up to Major Vulcan, aka Zapruder. And now they know exactly where he is. I don't think he's going to be able to do this. 1v4 Cthulhu.
He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it.
Oh, look, we've seen some crazier stuff come out before, but he only has 14 rounds left in that Vector.
Yeah, 14 rounds. Didn't reload. There's the pre-fires, but oof. Fletch with the rubber bullet gun finally gets the headshot and secures yet another win for ViewSonic DarkSided. Ying is, to be honest, Ying is a very kind of unexplored operator for me, because every time I try to play her, it feels like the LMG shoots rubber bullets, but the moment somebody else is playing against me, it's a death machine. Yeah, you got to
hit those heads. That's
probably because I'm.
That's all you need.
It's all probably because I'm stuck. Yeah, I am probably saying that because I'm stuck in low golds, but that's not the matter at this point.
Just need to pop those heads, Cthulhu.
Pop those heads.
It'll fix everything.
Yeah. I would know as a fuse main.
How many hostages have you killed? That's the real question.
Oh, I'm not even gonna mention that number.
It's higher than Jack Daddy's kills.
Oh yes.
So we're gonna see ViewSonic DarkSided do. It looks like the exact same setup as last time. So they're gonna open up all of this wall here, so they can look straight into the site, look straight into the offices, and have that mirror. Yeah, you can see they're gonna open it even further, just for a rotate hole.
It feels just pretty much like the same repetition of how they defended it last time. My main question at this point is, would Zero Gaming be able to read that, and if they would they be able to adapt that and be able to smoke out whoever's standing behind that mirror first, and then move on to pushing the officers?
I think Zero Gaming at this point has to be able to adapt, right? If they do the exact same push again, they're going to get demolished.
Definitely.
And actually, I'd like to point out that ViewSonic DarkSide just won an attacking round.
Yeah. actually.
So that's the first attacking round that's been won. So now they're up, what, 3-1?
Yeah, they're up 3-1, and now it's going to be quite a challenging run for Zero Gaming, with them needing to win this attack to be able to stay in that kind of close ground. Otherwise, 2 more rounds and finita la comedia. Nonetheless,
Did you just speak Russian to me?
not really. It was Italian, I believe, but
Okay.
no affiliation to Italy. Nonetheless,
Warden's getting pressed really, really hard here.
yeah, they know that that now somebody's
He's
holding
got
inside.
Spaz and support. Yeah,
Now
he's
they-
got Spaz and support, so
Yeah.
he's not on his own. He's not left to deal with this by himself. But it's taking them a very, very long time to try and push this out. 1:40 left on the clock now.
The thing is now that Zero Gaming, yep, they do know that Spaz is in there and holding that specific angle. Dos actually manages to find Jack Daddy and whoa, Shade finds the
Beautiful
head.
shot.
Beautifully executed.
Beautiful shot there. So now we're seeing a 5v2 right now, although Dos, I do believe, is down. He's going to get picked back up. Now he's down, and he's going to get picked back up. Make it a proper 5v2, as he's not on a slither of health anymore.
Although with Blackbeard, add up like maybe an extra 50. Oh wait.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on how many shields he has left. That shield, of course, it does take. It takes 2 bullets from most weapons to break it, 3 from some. Although he does retain an additional 1 or 2 seconds of. I do believe it's 1.5 seconds of invincibility because of the animation of his shield breaking.
Oh right, okay.
So while the animation of that breaking is happening, he is still invulnerable, and it still acts as the shield still being there. As that's a dirty angle that Fletch is trying to get.
Meanwhile, Nico is just getting packed up with all sorts of concussions and explosions. Meanwhile, Shade picks up finally the head of Fletch and all up to Nico. Oh no!
That didn't kill him.
That only downed him. Oh no!
What?
Oh no! That no.
That was
No.
really unfortunate for Nico.
That
That
was
was really unfortunate for Nico.
that was very unfortunate for Nico. A shotgun at this range, point blank. Come on.
Yeah, so that makes it 3-2 now.
Yeah, 3-2. there's that win that I was talking about for Zero Gaming.
Yeah, they did. Shade did a lot of work there. He got himself a 3K. Really nice work. I do believe he was on Habana. Really nice work from him there. But, you know, Zero Gaming, they're putting up quite a fight, which is good to see.
Oh yeah, it's definitely looks like an improvement for them compared to their previous plays, as I remember them from CG Cup and even the Go Force. And it seems that they even are up to par with ViewSonic
well,
DarkSided.
Zero Gaming is thought to be, you know, a Pro League level team in the ANZ region. For a long time, they formed just after the last Pro League season, and everyone said, yeah, you know, this is a team that's going to be in our Pro League. So they're definitely in that top seed for our team, for our region.
Yeah.
So, you know, ViewSonic DarkSide is, most people consider them the second best team in ANZ right now. So to see Zero Gaming put quite a strong, you know, fight up to them is great to see, and it's great to see that our more mid-tier teams, you know, as close as what they are to our top-tier teams.
Definitely, and the whole roster of Zero Gaming is quite memorable. Rock was used to be part of Royal crew.
Rock and Zapruder's been playing together, since Royal. So, yeah.
And for those who
Zapruder, of course, you know, took a long break before he came back.
And for those who don't remember what was Royal, it is pretty much the very start of competitive Rainbow Six for ANZ. Royal comprised of, I believe, Rock, Zapruder, Wildman. Was it Fletch?
No, Fletch wasn't in there yet. It was Rock, Zapruder, Wildman.
Maybe no, not Dilbert.
The one who actually owned Royal. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
Underachiever. Yep, Underachieve and PD.
That's the one, yeah.
Underachieving PD. So that was the Royal lineup, and they were the most dominant force in ANZ for about a year.
Yeah,
year and a half.
they were just a force to be reckoned with. Nonetheless, we are seeing quite a firefight between
As we
DOS.
digress a fair bit.
Yeah. He gets a kill on Jagdad, actually, one of the player that has been popping off before the rehost. Very nice execution. Gets tagged up in the firefight with Zafir, played by Warden.
Yep. DOS actually did hit another one through the wall. Unfortunately, he didn't hit the head. He only hit the chest. I do believe that was Warden behind that who got taken really, really low. But Fletch does find a rock, so that ties it up 4-4. So you can see some very aggressive holds here.
Yeah, and a very interesting hole open. Ooh, if Major can spot, I believe, what is the Valkyrie, played by Nico, he could have gotten the kill. I like the fact that Zero Gaming are playing very freely with their roaming, and unfortunately for that, Major just paid with his life, trying to engage Spaz.
They're playing very aggressively with their roaming. You can see they're peeking out, they're peeking everything. They're trying to put these shots back through, and they're trying to catch ViewSonic DarkSided off guard here, but it's not going to work.
Ooh, actually, Warden just got tagged up pretty heavily, and as well as Spaz, both of them on really low health, and just even like a single, like just impact from a smoke grenade can. Oh, there we go. There's the down. DOS gets the kill on Spaz, but Warden gets a nice double kill on Shade and DOS, all up to Hot Stuff 98 to clutch this up against 3 members of ViewSonic DarkSided. It looks like the plan could be going down pretty soon. Doesn't see one of the attackers, gets the headshot on Warden, but Nico is already on the case and shutting him down with a swift headshot, letting DarkSided take yet another round.
Absolutely. So DarkSided now they're on match point, 4-2. And that was a beautiful, beautiful shot by Nico. So
yeah, that was very, very well played by pretty much the whole DarkSided, and it felt this time. They were quite, they were way more prepared compared to the very first Zero Gaming's defense round, with DarkSided now just pretty much dominantly taking it out with what, a 4v5 initially at the very start.
Yes. Yeah, after Jack Daddy got taken out.
Yeah. So this time, Armory and Archives hold once again.
Yep, so we're going to see the exact same hold again. Nico's going to start opening up all these holes. Hopefully be able to get a point-blank kill this time. That was really unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe he will be able to get that redemption.
Yeah, so, you know, Jack Daddy just going to put his bandit down on this half wall here. And this is a trend we're seeing more and more, is the full armory wall not being reinforced. Only one side, only the side you're putting that mirror on.
5 seconds remaining.
What does kind of weird me out is... Oh, come on, Spaz. What does weird me out is the fact that it kind of cuts you off. Like, if you're gonna get pushed hard, you don't really have any other way other than to try to fend them off, and you can't really rotate out with that wall. But I guess there will be there will be a couple more people also helping out on the other side from CCTV, but Zafir will be already on the case and pushing up over there. There's the kill. Fletch gets that kill on Major Vulcan, and that was minus Hibana, so only Shade left to do the job. Otherwise, Zero Gaming are in quite a trouble.
Yeah, Zero Gaming, they've lost one of their hard breaches, still that second one up though. They've got to clear out CCTV if they wish to push the way they're pushing. They could just rotate around to a office push. However, I do believe with the way that ViewSonic DarkSide's holding this, they're going to have to clear out that CCTV room anyway.
And so far, looks like Hot Stuff will be trying to go for that spicy pre-fire, but nothing just yet.
Yeah, just missed by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah. Fletch, meanwhile, looking very sharp and just about to be ready to pick up another kill on Shade.
All 3 flashbangs have been used now. Fletch, he doesn't manage to get that shot through. He just needs to be very careful about being pushed from the hallway, though.
Yeah. Next up is the push towards the CCTV, and looks like Warden might get pushed anytime soon, with so far Spaz still alive and ready to cover his teammate. That's a whole lot of dedication. 3 people dedicating the whole push to...
2 minutes, and
Yeah.
they haven't managed to push these people out of security yet.
There we go, actually. Gets the kill on Jack Daddy, finally, DOS. Refire as well. Oh, that's quite unfortunate for Rock, as he will be taken out by Warden in his attempt to take out Spaz.
Yep, Spaz is gonna live. Whoever's behind that couch is gonna have a bit of a bad day, though. As
Oh,
no!
no.
Ammo, DOS manages to get the kill despite being drugged by that Echo drone. He's gonna put on his final shield right now, and Fletch is gonna take out Shade, so that makes it a 2 versus 3. ViewSonic DarkSide, though, don't have a lot of health bars.
It doesn't look too good for them with their map pick losing like that. That's not a good sign, but in the very same way, it does look that DarkSided were prepared, and Border does seem to be their turf, rather.
5 seconds left.
Hot stuff just going in their very hasty manner, and just gets taken out by Fletch, and there we go. Spaz gets the final kill on DOS, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first map concluded between ViewSonic DarkSided and Zero Gaming.
Yep, 5 to 2 to ViewSonic DarkSide. They're going to be happy with that, and of course, then their new org's going to be happy with that result as well. Very, very dominant performance by them.
Yeah, and
the rounds were relatively close, even though the scoreline doesn't reflect it. The rounds were pretty close. It was back and forth for a fair bit. So, it's not that, it was much closer than the scores predict. So, Zero Gaming, they shouldn't be upset by that performance at all, and they really need to focus on Oregon, and they need to focus about how they're gonna win Oregon.
oh yeah, they will need to fully now dedicate to getting Oregon jutted down and just winning that, because if they will lose that pretty much is the end of the match for them for today, which is kind of odd. Like, Zero Gaming did show up. They showed that they can put up a fight, but it seemed that they were just missing those small bits and pieces here and there between their engagements. Like the last several seconds, Capitao just decided to run up, just went right by the reinforced bandit wall, and just allowed, pretty much just said, "Please, Fletch, take me out."
Yeah, he didn't have an awful lot of luck on that, did he? He was just like, he walked into the bandited wall. Like, he knew it was bandited. He was watching the sparks come off for a little while, so he knew it was bandited. Yet he still walked into it, despite the fact the person being behind it. You should be slightly off. You should be slightly off the wall, so you're not taking that damage. Like, even if there wasn't anyone behind that mirror wall, they would have heard. Spaz would have heard the scream from the bandit damage, so they would have been able to turn around, clean him up anyway. So I think that was just a bit of sloppy play there.
Yeah, it did look a bit either sloppy, or maybe Zero Gaming just decided, let's just finish this off and move on to Oregon. Maybe they have a surprise for us on Oregon. Whereas,
look, now you've said that, I want to see a rear towel hold. Now that you said that. And it's very, very different for it is very, very different. But I don't think it'll be
you don't think it will be as like,
I don't think it's going to be as tight. ViewSonic picked ViewSonic picked Oregon. That was. Sorry, I'm getting my teams mixed up here. That was Zero Gaming's pick, was Border. ViewSonic looked a lot more dominant on it. We're now going on to ViewSonic's map. I don't think it will be. I don't think it'll be as close. I think ViewSonic is extremely happy on Oregon. I know when I was playing in a team with Shade, I know he wasn't particularly fond of Oregon, so I don't know. I don't know whether that attitude has carried across into Zero Gaming, or whether or not he's just sort of gotten over it and begrudgingly learnt Oregon.
Right.
But you know, so Zero Gaming isn't going to be as comfortable on Oregon. That being said, if they didn't want to play it, it would have been removed by this point.
That is also true, actually.
They must be at least somewhat comfortable on it, or they must be comfortable enough on it to at least, you know, be happy playing it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would think so as well. Otherwise, they would have banned it straight away. But it does strike to me that yeah, Oregon, out of all the, well, not really. Oregon is like a all-time favorite for the whole pretty much APAC region. You have a look at Southeast Asia, pretty much every match.
Even
is
outside
Oregon.
of it, North
Even
America
outside of it,
plays
yeah.
it a lot. Europe plays it a lot. I personally really like Oregon. That may just be because, you know, I'm a Mira main.
You mean Valve?
You know, and she's useful on every single site on this. You know, you play her even in the kitchen dining room.
Oh yeah.
You play her there. She's very, very good there.
I do actually remember talking about kitchen dining hold with Mira. I do actually remember how Mindfreak did their play, and they were holding kitchen and dining with fully opening.
They lost it.
They lost it. Okay.
They did lose. That was in the Pro League. That was in the Pro League qualifiers. They lost it. I remember that. I was actually casting that match.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think I was casting it alongside Monkey. And yeah, they lost that, and I think they tried it twice. And they lost it both times, and we were like, "Come on, guys, you need to. It's clearly not going to work. Just do something standard."
Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking that Zero Gaming might have a plan. They might have a plan for Oregon. Otherwise, yeah, it would have been definitely banned, as well as like Bank got banned straight away by Zero Gaming. So they knew that Bank will be like, pretty much the death sentence for them. And
yeah, that was rough. But it's you know, it's good to see that, you know, ViewSonic DarkSide would have actually, speaking of Bank, would have been extremely comfortable on Bank. So it's interesting to know that they didn't get it up here. They didn't get it, you know, they didn't get that put through. Obviously, Zero Gaming taking that out. Whenever you're versing ViewSonic DarkSide, you need to take Bank out.
oh yeah,
You have to.
yeah, you have to. It's a necessity.
Their best map. You know, if you don't, they will happily take you onto Bank, and they will happily destroy you on Bank. Yeah,
Sure.
it'll be very, very interesting to see. But, you know, we're just having a couple of technical issues here, guys. We might head back to some music while we wait.
Yep.
Put a break.
Yeah, much shorter break than we expected. All of the technical difficulties are done and dusted.
Yeah, we are going to get into Oregon now. It'll be interesting to see where they choose their first site for. And contested site, you know, just in true fashion.
Oh, yeah. Still deciding between the laundry or kids, but this time it will be kids' dorms. And you did mention before with Mira plays. What do you reckon
Attackers
would
need
be
to locate
the way here to go, apart from actually placing the default one in the kids' dorms?
Well, you see them in the kids' dorms facing the main dorms, and you also see one on that yellow stairs that they're reinforcing right now. Yep, there we go. That's going to go down. You actually see two variants of that. You can have one unreinforced, and that's at crouch height over to the right as much as possible. Or you can have one at standing height, which is on the very, very left of that wall that you saw there. So the whole point of that is, so depending on how you're playing it, if you're going to play from white stairs a bit more, you sit it down lower, so they you know, so they can't shoot you over the top of it. If you're going to be playing next to white stairs or on top of white stairs in that little hallway, you sit it on the actual thing. You sit it, you know, standing height over to the left so he can, you know, get the peaks up and running. If you do that, though, you need to be very careful of who's at the double window because you might just be banged in the back of the head.
Right. Yeah, that will be definitely the way to go. And Deathadder actually playing on Twitch could be getting some nice angles. Yep, there we go. There goes the Twitch drone, and let's see if he'll be able to actually pop open those mirror windows. Ooh, decides to just hide it for now. And the lineup of operators. Let's talk about that. The Ying, Capital, Buck, Nick, Hibana, and Twitch. And as we see, Jack Guy finally pop open that mirror window. That does look like DarkSided's pretty much standard Russian tactic. What do you reckon?
Yes and no. You can see here they're posturing for control of those B-site windows, so we could be seeing a pincer coming from them. As much as they do love just charging in, they don't do it recklessly. Although Rock down below could get a massive flank on them. Claymores are going down to cover their backs, but Rock is going to be a pain in their ass if they're not careful.
Yeah, if they... Oh, goodbye, Shade. My sweet prince, he just got destroyed by one with that one tap. And that is actually...
a beautiful shot.
Yeah, that was amazing. And that is actually minus Bandit, one of the kind of roaming operators. They still have two more players roaming downstairs. But Rook might have to start making his moves soon. Like, very, very soon. While DarkSided will be still occupied in an attempt to break through that first doorway.
Yeah, they're going to have to start hurrying up. You know, a minute left on the clock. Not an awful lot.
There's the utility actually rolling in.
Yep, it's all coming out now. You can see here the C4s are coming out to try and stop these plants. And the diffuser does manage to go down despite all the C4s coming out. Nico does manage to get down. Not planting in the normal spot. Going to be planting in the middle of the room instead. But now it is up to... Oh, wow. Now it is up to Zero Gaming to actually manage to take it through as Major Vulcan picks up one.
And what a fluke Meister. Spaz actually managed to also pick up a rock as well. DOS, meanwhile, responds with a kill on Flash, but Spaz already gets on the case and gets a kill on Hot Stuff, as well as Warden gets the kill on DOS. And ooh, all up to Major Vulcan. Time is running out. He doesn't really have any more time to defuse, and there we go. Warden actually manages to take down Major Vulcan as he gets downed as well. And that's the first round actually going into the hands of ViewSonic DarkSided.
Yep, and that was you know, a really, really nice plant by ViewSonic. Actually, pretty close round, all said and done. But very, very good, very, very good round by them. A great plant that they managed to get down.
Yeah, definitely, and very well played by them. So far, now we will be seeing a more standard hold, the laundry room and supply room for ViewSonic DarkSided. Warden actually got 3 kills with Spaz catching up with 2 kills so far, while the rest of the team is still not there yet. It's second round. We will get there. An interesting pick of Castle, to be honest, on Nico for this specific hold. I would expect usually Castle to be utilized for upstairs hold, but yeah, he does have that kind of utility as well.
With and the castle, it means they're going to be doing a very heavy presence in meeting hall. Right? Yeah. That's the whole point of castle. So they're going to castle the side that Spaz is on right now, and that shield is going to cover it off.
Yeah. And
so yeah, a lot of resources going into this meeting hall.
Yeah, and Spaz poising to be holding the angles upstairs with Jackdad, while the rest will be potentially... It looks like just Warden actually is going to be downstairs. Ooh, nearly runs into...
It's very interesting to have only a single one. Oh, wow.
Ooh, no.
They know he's there, too. They must know he's there. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, they knew he was there. The Shade manages to find that kill.
The beautiful one tap through the wall.
Yeah, Jaeger manages to actually rotate straight away downstairs. So now one more person downstairs, but it feels that maybe at this point this is like the sign that maybe put in a couple more players downstairs. Otherwise,
Attackers have located
a well-executed rush, and that will be it. Well, if you do
I
recollect,
don't think they're gonna rush.
if you
I
do,
don't think they're gonna rush.
okay.
A team that droned out a bit more and prepared a bit more probably would have, or maybe if they had a more experienced IGL, might have. But I mean, especially with they've got the rotates back on the side here. I don't think it's that big of an issue. They could easily drop back down into the site. But meanwhile, these last guys, Shade is still putting pressure on down there. But the last guys in this meeting hall, they've got a lot of pressure on them to hold. As Nico does find one.
Yeah, Fletch will now be just forced to stay either crouched or prone, while him and Nico will be holding down the meeting. I believe Spaz is upstairs. There's the kill on Nico. The refrag comes out from Fletch on DOS. A 3v3 situation with minute 18 on the clock. Oh, nicely done by hot stuff, but he will get traded out by Fletch once again straight away. There we go. There's another trade. Back at it again by Major Vulcan on Fletch. 2v1 situation. Spaz back on the side with full health. Still doable with a now 58 seconds on the clock. Let's see how he will be able to perform. He will get droned out by Major Vulcan. They did, I believe, hear him. There's the pre-fire from Shade as well. No, that's not Shade, man. Yeah, that was Shade, actually. There's his head. Now all up to Major, who has dropped down, utilizing that AR-33 with the reflex instead of the kind of more meta ACOG. What do you reckon could happen?
It depends on who's got the information, right? Are they gonna? Do they think maybe Spaz has moved at this point? Spaz just needs to play the patient game. He's got time on his side. Sub 20 seconds left at this point. He can make his way through if he manages to run away.
And he just secured the kill on that Jaeger with a push with a pistol on already a fully reloaded Jaeger. That was ballsy. He wasn't
like it was really odd. He wasn't prepared to get the frag in case he pushed him, and he had to push him at that point, right? So he was sitting there to try and get the frag on the plant. So for them to for him to push and if just not take it through, like I just not be prepared for it. It's just really, really weird.
Yeah, that was odd for Spaz not to be prepared. He knew that he would get pushed. He did hear the footsteps and everything, and yeah, it just felt weird that he wasn't able with like his gun. He should have gotten that kill, especially since Thatcher was going for those body shots, not the headshots, so it wasn't that swift. Nonetheless, so far a 1-1, and pretty much the same setup except for now Major now playing on mute.
Defense. I really like the mute upstairs. It can stop a lot of denial.
Oh yeah.
It's got a lot of information. That being said, I'm also a fan of the mute downstairs. I'm a big fan of the mute mind games of just putting all your mute jammers up top and then running everyone back downstairs.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could do a whole lot of tricky stuff.
Yeah, I really like that mind game with him. But mute up top can really stop those drones, and it means you have to face check those sites, which can be very devastating.
Oh yeah. And if you don't have either Thatcher or a very kind of quick and clever Twitch player, you would be in a very hard spot. Actually, there's the run out as well. That's a very ballsy play by... I'm not actually too sure who was that. But with now Zero Gaming holding this site once again, do you reckon they'll be able to perform better than they did during their last defense round?
Well, they kind of have to. This is take 2 for them at this point, right?
Yeah.
You'd be hoping that they're hoping that they can. If they, we're seeing the exact same push out of the Sonic DarkSided. So if they don't manage to do the exact same push, if they don't manage to curb this defense.
Oh boy. Hot
If
stuff just
if the defense can't curb this aggression.
yeah. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Hot stuff just TK'd. Unfortunately, they're mute, but the trade-off straight away. Rock fixes that problem with a kill on C4 with C4 on Fletch. That is actually minus being one of their pushes who actually allowed them to quickly rush in and go for the plant. So that might be ever so slightly trickier for ViewSonic DarkSided, as they now have just the Capital's bolts to hide their approach.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Major Vulcan. Yeah, that's one of those things where you just sit there and just go, "Oh God, I'm so sorry," and
Yeah.
you just feel bad, or you sit there and tell them they deserve it. Either one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we do see, I believe, Nico picking up the kill on Shade now, and that is minus Ella. There we go. There's the smoke bolts, and there's this pre-C4s. Nico will be rolling in to go for the plan. DOS picks up a kill on Jack Daddy, but the Warden will keep Nico covered with a headshot on DOS. 2v3 situation, and Rock is looking at a flank behind, with Hot Stuff attempting to try to peek the same angle. They do know that there's Capitao in there, and he's holding a very interesting angle. That Legion Mine did seem to have done the job, but oh no, Warden gets the double kill, you could say, on his teammate as well. Spaz trying to find the kill on Rock, who was stuck outside, unfortunately, and that is yet another round going in hands of ViewSonic DarkSided.
Yep, a really, really well played there. They got a lot of, ViewSonic did a really good push. I think the difference could have been made from. The difference could have absolutely have been made from that team kill.
Yeah, that was probably that what's probably sealed the deal.
Yeah, I think if they had that extra person, well, it was a 1v1 at the end there, so if they had that extra person, they could have absolutely have held that off.
Oh yeah, definitely. And with Mute having that extra C4, you could have used up much more utility for that as well, for that defense and denial. Nonetheless, yet again, it's going to be a hold for laundry, as last time ViewSonic DarkSided's hold failed.
So far, 3 attacking wins.
Yeah. And maybe
So 3 rounds have happened, 3 attacking wins.
yeah. And maybe this time ViewSonic DarkSided will be able to actually learn on that mistake that they made in their previous defense round, and actually just keep maybe more
Looks
more
like they're going to
defenders.
do something very similar. They still have the castle. They're blowing all these hatches. We'll see whether or not Warden's going to reinforce both sides this time.
Yeah, one.
As he did get. Actually, I don't think it was him. I think it was Jack Daddy who was down there, who got absolutely
No, that was Warden.
pummeled by Shade.
That was Warden who got picked by Shade, and yeah,
Yeah.
but that was due to the fact that only one of the wall patches was reinforced. Nonetheless,
Yeah,
this time it's fully reinforced. They learned the mistake, but the camera is still there, and Shade is just just waiting up on. Let me just blow up this hole. Hold my beer.
Reinforced. Yep, and this is a pretty big wall to have blown up only 30 seconds into the round.
Yeah, it didn't look like Zero Gaming. ViewSonic DarkSided tried to even contest that. It was just a way to use up the utility, but that's a very, very nice and big opening. I'm thinking that at this point, if they did call out, yeah, there we go. There's the rotation. There's an extra person for downstairs hold, and Shade is posing to potentially find the first kill or get killed as a first kill.
Yeah, he's playing very, very aggressive there, isn't he? He spent the last almost minute trying to hold these angles, so...
Yeah, and with now a minute, well, pretty much actually a half a round almost gone, now we finally see the first blood on Rock, actually securing another kill, going for double kill on Jack Dad and Nico. Now leaving with only Fletch, Spaz, and Warden left alive. Fletch finally rotates back to the plant, and a 3v5. It feels...
Yeah, so 3v5, you know, about a minute left. They've absolutely got the time to do this. Use that to... Oh, actually, they don't. They still have Habana, so they can blow the hatch in the lobby, and they can start going for a more traditional push if they feel like. Or they can just continue on with this rear push that they got going and just drop these hatches.
It does look like they will be potentially just dropping the hatches, and it does look like it will play just on hand for ViewSonic DarkSided, since Smoke's charges will be, just starting to get used up. Hot stuff. Pushing up with the silenced 552 Commando while being assisted.
Not something you see very often.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, to say at the very least. It was just a matter of a game of patience, I guess. 17 seconds on the clock. Shade actually picks up the very first headshot on Fletch. That's minus Mira. Hot stuff, actually. Nice Kobe on Spaz as well. All up to Warden now with a shotgun and SMG-11. But, Rock. What is this with all the pistol finishes? Rock picks up yet another kill. This time with a pistol on Warden. Poor Warden just getting...
And the attacking trend will continue.
Yeah, and the attacking trend will continue. Poor Warden just got absolutely bullied the second time, actually, with a pistol. And this time he even had the... I would actually consider it an advantage of a shotgun. But I guess that did not work. Ooh! And yet another pick of Vigil, actually. We are seeing from Zero Gaming.
Yeah, Shade, he did play it last time as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did play, and he was playing very kind of standard, in a very standard way.
Yeah, it's very... Yeah, he was on site, you know, he wasn't roaming with it, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not he's going to be roaming this time. You know, 6 kills, wow. So, I expect him to be roaming a little bit this time, maybe see him in basement.
It could be that. It could be that. Maybe he will be actually utilizing the RC7 to its full potential and actually going for the roams. Or there could be a chance for him just to be sitting on the objective and just using the cloak for the drone, cloak against drones, to just have that element of surprise. But it does look like, yeah, his whole setup will be downstairs now, around bathrooms and kitchen.
Yeah, he's got a couple of rotate holes for himself so he can get in and out, so he can move around and just be as slippery as possible. So, as he's continuously spamming his ability. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly where he plays. I expect him to play more around the central area so he can run up and down the stairs and all that sort of stuff. But it looks like he's going to stay mainly on that west side area.
Oh yeah. And meanwhile, ViewSonic DarkSided actually trying to cut off those rotations from the hallway, and just misses the head as well of what I believe a Mew, which was very close. If Major Vulcan didn't back out at the very right moment, it does look like, yeah, he will get spotted. And what a shot on Warden! But what was that? I think he was actually down by one of his teammates. And for some reason, the attackers are missing those shots. Mute trying to fall back through the doorway, just crawl back. He actually just nearly manages to make that, but Nico will be brutally finishing him off, making it a 4-4.
And it was really nice seeing those drones weave in and out of the mutes out of ViewSonic DarkSide. So they, even though there's mutes everywhere, they still managed to get drones in. They still managed to gather the intel. Yeah,
and we are seeing Vigil actually be, roaming in the watchtower and nearly getting the shot on Fletch, but just unfortunately will be missing a couple of shots. And as well as Spaz actually giving out the call out that Valk is downstairs watching the drop in through the double window, and that's potentially going to be how it's going to be played out, and they will be catching her off guard. Oh wow, Nico, what are you doing? That was a nicely done, crisp, clean lock
through the wall. Through the wall. Yep. That's all it needs. He needs to turn off those wall hacks. But and on a serious note there, you know, that was really well done. The drone spotting them out there, you know, being able to tell them exactly where they're going.
Yeah. And now at 3v4, it looks like DarkSided might be actually going, might be taking that win, but I'm not going to be saying that with that much confidence. Oh, there we go. There's the C4 actually on Jackdad from below as well. Nico finally trades him out. It's just a game of trades at this point. Like, this round is pretty much just trade back and forth. Dawson gets the kill on Spaz, evening it out onto a 2v2. From a very actually long angle as well from kids' dorms right into the walk-in closet. There's the Russian. Poor Nico. Fully blinded. Oh, Dos, what are you doing? The C4 game is way too strong within him, as Fletch is supposed to try to fall back, but he will get down. And Zero Gaming actually securing the win on the first defensive round. Well, the first defensive round win. There we go. Whereas Fletch is trying to save his KD.
Defenders win.
After being
it's not like Fletch can go anywhere. Like, you know, like he's just sitting up there.
Yeah.
That was the smarter choice by by Zero Gaming to just hold the angle. And that is actually our first defensive win of the whole game, of the whole map.
And we are seeing looking at the score, Jackdad actually still sitting on that sweet donut, whereas Warden actually picking up the pace and getting the 6 kills.
Yeah, Jackdad's gone from 0 to 0 in just one map.
Oh yeah. And it does look that Zero Gaming did have something in their pocket, because playing on DarkSided's pitch and showing that much resistance and even going in having an advantage of 1 point against them, that's pretty impressive, I'd say.
Yeah, and we're seeing them continue stick to this meeting hall strat. So they're still running the castle, you know. So they're going to be all this utility being placed up here, ADSs, castle barricades, shields. You know, it's all going to go up here. So it's really interesting to see. It hasn't worked for them yet, and they're still sticking with their guns. Yet it's failed for them twice already.
It does feel to me that they're just at this point experimenting with how many people can they afford to hold for as long as possible upstairs before actually rotating back. And
do you think it's them experimenting, saying no, let's just stick to this? You know, we can afford to lose a map here. Let's try this out. Let's gather a bunch of data on this and let's see how it goes. Is that really what they're doing?
It could
or
be.
Do you think it's them being stubborn and failing to adapt?
It's either that or them being stubborn, but DarkSide doesn't struck me as a stubborn. It feels to me that they're like more. Actually, no, they will be stubborn. They will be stubborn, and they were just trying to outgun. Maybe because they're due to the fact that they feel that maybe they've been doing something wrong, and they just sort of see those issues at the very last moment. So maybe they're trying to fix it on the go with their strat, or maybe there was something else. Ooh, Shade actually nearly gets the shot on Warden, I believe.
Yeah, Shade's done this same push every single time, and yet no one's tried to contest him here.
Yeah, no one's contesting him. Oof. Rock just loses a slight amount of health, and the grenade onto Bandit, I believe. Yeah, just tags him up ever so slightly to force him to run downstairs. And it does look like DarkSided has decided to just fall back towards the objective. Never mind, actually.
Yeah, they're actually gonna give up the whole of meeting. So they've wasted half the round, 1:30 gone, and actually we say that, but Fletcher's still running around kitchen.
Yeah, and he picks up a kill as well on Shade, who finally decided to peek from into the supply room. And now that's the thermite gun. I believe he only used up one of his utilities, but that's at least half of the job done, with the Hibana still alive. So I don't think that was that much of a loss per se.
Thermite isn't essential for this map. Hibana's the much more important operator for this.
Hibana would be much more important, definitely. And we are seeing Warden still continuing to, I believe, roam. No, he's near the objective. It's Jackdad who is roaming upstairs and could potentially get a nice little drop. Oof. Hot stuff. Doing some really hot stuff and then getting a headshot on Warden, evening it out to 4v4.
Yeah, Hot Stuff has been so fantastic this game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been doing some very hot things. And Rock with Major actually picking up a kill each on Jackdad and Nico. whereas Fletch gets a C4 kill, and Major Vulcan continues the push onto Spaz. Fletch absolutely cornered and gets a first kill on Major Vulcan. 1v2 still doable. Still got plenty of health. That's the stun grenade. Gets a really nice angle onto Zofia, but just can't connect the shots just yet. Still got plenty of time. Almost just 1/3 of a clock left. I mean, spent. And ooh, he just misses the head of Rock, which costs him his life, and that is yet another round won by Zero Gaming, actually.
Yeah, so that was really unfortunate they didn't manage to hit the head there of Rock. Rock probably should have died there. He didn't manage to connect those shots, and then he looked over it the second time. So Rock gets away twice by the skin of his teeth. But 2-4 now to Zero Gaming. They are looking very, very strong on this map.
Yeah, it does look like they came in very prepared for Oregon. They did know that they will be able to bait them out on Oregon, looks like. And yep, we are seeing just about the same setup of the operators from both teams. And let's see if Zero Gaming will be able to actually defend. No, never mind. They actually will be on Laundry and Supply Room this time, as they are forced after their very confident hold of Kids Dorms. I'm actually curious, because isn't that the first...
My question is,
okay,
when is ViewSonic DarkSided going to stop that hold? It's not working for them. That was probably the closest round they've had, and it was still a 1v2 at the end.
Yeah, it did seem that maybe maybe it's time to stop. Maybe a quick switch. I would be sure that they would have at least a couple more strats prepped for Oregon. They're one of their top maps. Come on.
Yeah, you would think that. Yeah, I think this is them. I almost think this is them giving this strat a try. It's something that this strat's always sat off in the corners. It's always been an accepted strat of following the basement of Oregon, but it's never seen big success outside of 1 or 2 cases. So I think this is ViewSonic just trying to have a play around with it a little bit. I don't think they're going to be too upset by these losses.
Yeah, with the last map, if we will be transferring to it, that will be Chalet, which is, I would say, I haven't
think
actually
that's going to be a good map.
Yeah,
that's going to be a very,
be
very tight map, I think.
Yeah, because I haven't really seen Zero Gaming play on Chalet, but I would assume with how they perform at the moment, they would be able to they would have at the very least an idea of how to execute it.
Yeah, 100%. Well, both teams are quite intimate with Chalet. ViewSonic DarkSide have played Chalet a million and one times. Zero Gaming, I know that Zero Gaming was a merge between Scylla and Surmount. Both teams had strats for Chalet, and both teams, Chalet was one of their favorite maps. So Zero Gaming is going to be pretty comfortable on Chalet, but so is ViewSonic. So I don't think it's going to be. Chalet should be by all accounts a very, very tight map.
Definitely, and you did remind me of a meme that was going around when Scylla was still alive. Actually, even I believe the old Scylla roster before they picked up Malice, as when people were playing on CG ladder, and they were like, when you pick Chalet against Scylla, and would just like put a tombstone of your team on it.
Yeah, Mort was an absolute monster. Talking about old Scylla.
Yeah.
Mort was an absolute monster. F for Mort, guys. I do miss him. Hopefully he's going to come back to the scene.
Nonetheless, Shade actually, talking about monsters, Shade actually picks up a double kill on Fletch and Nico with the opening up on them, but he will get straight out traded by Warden, making it a 3v3 actually, with Spaz tagged up pretty heavily now.
And that's the issue with going so aggressive on those stairwells, is if that hatch is open, you're gonna have a bad time.
Hot Stuff, meanwhile, picks up a double kill on Deathadder, leaving one alone against 2 players. And there's the kill on Claymore with Warden, and there just might be chance for Warden to clutch up against Rock. He sees them from the back, and what a flank! And ViewSonic DarkSided will be staying in this map, saying not just done yet experimenting. That was not supposed to happen.
Honestly, I cannot believe that. The Claymore kill was just stupid. Like, it's 1v2. You should not be running into a Claymore at that point.
Let's have a look at also the scoring. Warden on 11 kills. Like, yeah.
Yep, he's done so much this map. But Jack Daddy's still on that donut, which is very, very surprising.
Yeah.
Especially considering he carried ViewSonic DarkSide through border.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Deathadder. Anyways. Anyways,
3 to 4.
3 to 4, yeah. It's still everything is still there. For ViewSonic, they need one more round to go into overtime and stay in this map. For Zero Gaming, they just need, what is Jack Dad doing? For Zero Gaming, they just need one more round to win the match point, the big one. And if they will win it, this will mean good. This will be a very close game, and actually a first matchup of ANZ Cup that will go into the third map, if this happens.
Yeah, we've only had 2-0 so far, so I'd be excited for a third map. I love Siege. I always want more Siege, so the third map would be good for me. I don't think ViewSonic wants to take it to a 2-1, or a third map, sorry. I think they 100% want to try and close it out here, so they're going to try and fight for this overtime. This is, of course, the last round of the regular round.
Yep.
If ViewSonic win this, we do go into overtime. If not, it will be going ahead to map number 3. We're going to see the exact same push out of Zero Gaming, but for once, ViewSonic has changed it up.
Yeah.
No more castle. And they haven't actually gone upstairs entirely. So, they're going to give up on this basement hold. They're not even going to try it regularly. They're going to go straight upstairs. So, the vigil is going to be pretty interesting out of Nico, though. I think it's something we've touched on.
What is weird to me is the fact that they have decided to post up in kitchen as well, with a full-on setup of using Mirror and Bandit. Yep, I'm still there. So far, Zero Gaming looking like they will be just cleaning out both floors before they will attempt to push up on the second floor. And so far, it's just from VSDS, they will just need to hold their angles at this point, as they do seem to have a fully planned out setup.
Yeah, so Shade making his way here. They know they're in the western side of the building. It'll be very, very interesting to see exactly how they're going to try and take this out.
Yeah. They don't know, though, that where Nico is exactly. They know that he might be upstairs, he might be downstairs. That that jamming device could work wonders if executed properly. Spaz actually will be still around upstairs and assisting.
So
with
they
that.
could actually just ignore these two in kitchen.
Yeah.
And take from east side across, so armory and across basically. Just have one person holding your rear down the stairs, and then that's it. That's all you need to do to hold your rear. So you can 100% just section off the rest of the map and just push across if you need to.
But
which it looks like that's what they're trying to posture at the moment. No, it's going to be a full wraparound.
It will be a full-on push just to attempt to lure out the roamers. They now do know that Nico is downstairs. Is upstairs, and the full-on push will be happening. Shade now, 15 seconds on the clock, and the push will be happening only just now. All the utilities will be coming out. Major Vulcan trying to run in. Warden takes him out. Shade gets the kill on Nico. 4v3, 3v4 now, with Shade picking up another kill on Fletch. Warden gets the kill on Hot Stuff. The plan will be happening. Rock getting a kill. So many kills. I can't even keep up. Shade gets a kill on Jack Daddy, and Warden gets a kill on Shade. 1v1 situation between Hibana and Smoke.
This is tense.
But DOS secures the final kill, and actually Zero Gaming will be moving into map 3. Very well played, although this was extremely chaotic and could have gone both ways very easily and very quickly.
Yeah, they should be extremely happy with that map right there. So, interestingly enough, both teams winning the other team's pick. And we do go on to the decider.
Yeah, the decider, and that is quite already an achievement from Zero Gaming, as they have won. Yeah, their enemy's pick, and it does seem like a trend from both teams. Like, well, not from both teams, like within ANZ as of recently. Like, everyone has been winning just the map picks of the other team, and that was nicely done.
Yeah, it was very well done. All right, guys, we are going to have a bit of a 5-minute break. The players have requested a bit of a drink break. So we're going to throw the music back on, guys, and we'll see you back for our third map in Chalet in 5 minutes.
See you later. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the coverage of ANZ Cup. I'm today joined by one and only Amphley.
How you going, Cthulhu?
Looking pretty good today. We are seeing the map 3 of DarkSided versus Zero Gaming matchup today, as we will be transitioning over to the game. And it is Chalet after a very actually confident play by Zero Gaming on Oregon. I reckon Chalet could be going either way, to be honest.
Yep, absolutely. So, now this is our first map number 3 in the ANZ Cup for this ANZ Cup. So it's really good to see. It's two teams go as close as what they have. We saw so far. For those of you who might have missed the games, we saw ViewSonic DarkSide win a 5-2 on border against Zero Gaming. And Zero Gaming just picked up the win on Oregon 5-3. So, the teams are quite back and forth, sorry. So it'll be very interesting to see exactly what they pull out here. And we're seeing a bar gaming hole come out first and foremost out of ViewSonic DarkSide. I like to see this sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's a really interesting start to say at the very least, but I'm really excited for that as well, as DarkSided have been actually showing some good potential on holding these kind of plants as well. So, and the setup is pretty much the same actually compared to what we've seen with Oregon holds, as well as stuff for Zero Gaming, apart from a pick of Blitz by DOS. Now this should be interesting.
Channeling he's in a Una right now, and trying to go for some big ass blitz plays. And they know they're upstairs at the moment. Well, they know they're in bar gaming, and they know they're upstairs. Blitz was sort of just making his way over, and after they do smoke it out, Shade will make his way to the top floor.
Yeah, and now DOS would actually be looking to see. Oh, never mind. There's the headshot on Warden with a pistol. Very nicely played, as well as he actually managed to ADS. So I'm surprised that he didn't lose his head. Next up is Bandit, played by Deathadder, who will be trying to hold out the library, but that is full control now, taken in by Zero Gaming.
Yep, DOS has done a lot of work right now.
Yeah, DOS has done some immense amount of work, and so far ViewSonic DarkSide are just getting picked out bit by bit. All up to Flesh right now with a 1v5.
And this has not worked for them at all, has it?
It doesn't. It just looked like they were not prepared for this kind of aggression, especially with the Blitz. Like, there we go. There's a fuse. There's those pre-fires. Even C4 doesn't even dent the good old Blitz. But, yeah, he will just get burned. Shade will apply some sick burns, and that would be the round 1 very quickly ending.
Only one kill on the whole side of ViewSonic DarkSide, just the...
Yeah.
Not really how you want your opening round to go.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're going to pick such an off-meta. Well, we can't really say off-meta. It's been gaining a bit more popularity recently. Yeah. But it's been sitting off as something to either throw the other team off or you know, or when you style, if you want to style on someone, you take that site. But if you're Sonic DarkSide, clearly trying to do it to try and catch Zero Gaming off guard. However, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work for them, and they're gonna, you know, if you Sonic DarkSide, if you Sonic DarkSide lost that round really hard.
And very
I think that's the
quickly.
most dominant round we've seen between the two teams so far out of the 3 maps.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that play with Blitz, like I expected Blitz to get domed the very first moment he would climb upstairs, but he actually was one of the playmakers during that round. It was quite surprising.
Yeah, he picked up those 2 quick kills upstairs, and then he just, you know, sort of walked his way in to distract Fletch
Oh yeah.
on that mirror.
10 seconds to insert.
You know, kitchen trophy now out of Zero Gaming.
Yeah, going for a more meta hold was actually a very interesting setup with Castle
Attackers have recovered
having only one half of the kitchen reinforced and the other one just castled out, so you would have more of that safe space, I'm guessing, that is cut out from that double doors on the west main.
Yeah, it makes dining a bit more secure, and it makes that hallway a bit more secure as well, just a fraction. So, it's good to, you know, it's good to have that sort of stuff around. That castle can be quite a hindrance on this site, especially if you're going to play with a heavy roam squad. We've seen time and time again people get locked out by their own castles on this site. So, if they're not careful by it, it can bite them in the butt.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll have to see exactly how that's going to play out in the future, as they basically. Where's the 3rd castle, or are they just holding on to it?
Yeah, it looks like that. And one actually already trying to get an angle into the dining, but the ViewSonic DarkSide will be taking it easy. It seems that all of that aggression just vanished after they got put down very quickly.
Yeah.
By
after they
Zero
got totally
Gaming.
butchered.
Yeah, they got butchered and just destroyed.
So yeah, they're gonna take it much slower. Claymores to try and stop rotates here. Double claymores actually.
Yeah.
Try and stop those rotates, and you have to wonder whether or not anyone from Zero Gaming is actually going to attempt a roam, considering they're all on site. So a late roam by someone would be.
It should actually work.
Could be very, very interesting, but I don't think it's going to be impactful at all.
I would think that even having a one roamer like played as Ellen, as we see Nico taking out Valkyrie played by, I believe, Rock.
Rock, yep.
Yeah, that is...
That was a foot. He's not going to shoot that?
Sees another foot though through a pixel, whereas Fletch just picks up Shade's head straight off the shoulders. And 3v5, and it does look... Oh wow, that's a naughty angle. That's a nasty... Oh my goodness, Nico just going for those opportunities, and Jack Daddy will be finishing off.
Nico went huge that round. He sort of had his hand in everything. He tagged up a couple of people there. Even though he didn't get the kill on one of them, he managed to tag them up. But yeah, Nico goes huge from above on that buck, and very, very dominant round out of ViewSonic DarkSided.
Definitely. And it does seem that this time we will be seeing once again a game of attack rounds from both teams. And I'm guessing the decider here will be whether one of the teams will be able to secure a defense round and then be able to advance farther with the scoring. Nonetheless, though, DOS actually continues to ride on his glory as a newly remade Blitz main for Chalet. And
if it's working, why not?
Yeah, I mean, it worked for him really well. And after the hitbox fix, actually, Blitz has been quite a haunting figure, at the very least to me.
Yeah, he can be. If you play him well and you play him right, he can be. He's really good as a roamer hunter.
Yes,
because quite often you won't be able to get the angles on him that's required in order to be able to kill him. So that leads down through what's left traps, C4, or just being able to outshoot him, being able to get his legs, or if he and that comes down to him misplaying as well. So if you're using Blitz as a roamer hunter, it almost becomes out of your control to be able to deal with him.
Yeah.
So it can be pretty hard to deal with him in that regard. That being said, all it takes is one person in the side, one person in the back, and he's gone. So you need to play Blitz very, very intelligently. And if you can't play Blitz, if you can't play shields that well, if you can't play Blitz that well, you're not going to have a fun time.
Oh yeah.
He's an operator that requires a lot of patience and has quite a high skill ceiling in that regard.
And we are hearing that C4 is being prepped to be thrown out. And if DOS actually gonna try to rush in, he could get caught off guard. I think DarkSided do know. Now, Zero Gaming do know that there's somebody from DarkSided in the main bathroom. There's the Russian by Shade with the pre-fires. Oh no, just potatoes at the wrong moment, allowing Fletch to take him out. Whereas JackDaddy actually gets another kill with a pistol now on Brock.
And now it's Blitz's turn to deal with it all.
Yep, now it's Blitz's turn as well as Major's time to shine as well, picking up a kill each, making it a 3v3 situation.
Yep, so really, really good hold up top. You know, managing to take out two people. Your Capital and your Zofia being taken out. They do, of course, pay for it with their lives, but they've wasted enough time and gotten enough kills for me to feel like it's worth it for them.
Yeah, if the rest of the defenders would be able to emphasize their hold, and with Warden planning his gas charges easy enough, then well, not easy enough, cleverly enough, then I feel that DarkSided have as much chance of getting it as Zero Gaming, to be honest. And so far,
I feel I feel like at this point it's not. It's going to be quite an explosive match. We're probably going to see quite a passive match for the next probably 30 seconds-ish, and then the last 20 seconds is going to be absolutely explosive.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we will be seeing now Major Vulcan trying to lure out, I believe, that is Warden playing in Trophy Room to get those angles.
Yeah, one of his Zabanas did get banded, so we'll see whether or not he can get this next set.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the defenders just shooting it out. Never mind, there's the kill on Nico. I mean, from Nico.
There's no bandit in the whole round, duh.
Yeah. And ooh, hot stuff actually doing even more hot stuff and picking up a headshot on Nico. 15 seconds on the clock left. And now all up to two members of ViewSonic to try to clutch this up. The trades are coming out, all up to Warden once again, versing against Blitz, who will be quite menacing right now as
that's
Blitz.
Gonna be around
Yeah.
2 vs. Yes.
Yeah, that will be the round. As
Pros don't fake. If he'd stuck that, he would have got it.
actually, yeah, with the shield turned to him, he would have had a chance.
Not even at the very end there. He was actually planting when it was a 1v1. Like when Hot Stuff died, he stopped planting a little bit after Hot Stuff died because he was worried he was going to get pushed. All he had to do was keep up that plan. He would have got it and then just been able to back up and be an absolute nuisance.
All he had to do was follow the dang train. But unfortunately,
Yep.
we're striking back at it again with the
I
old
think he just gave
jokes.
a lot of gamers some PTSD, man.
Yep.
Follow the damn train. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so 2-1 now in favor of ViewSonic DarkSide. We're going to see potentially another win here onto Zero Gaming. They're going to be down in the basement.
Yep. And this time DOS is
still playing that vigil.
Yeah, still playing that vigil. DOS seems to be the main kind of experimental player for Zero Gaming.
You just get to play everything, DOS.
Yeah,
it's
he
okay.
Yeah. I just tell him, yep, you do you. Just get the kills, get the flanks. You're in. Well, there's the sweet Valcams.
Yep, there's the Valcams. It's not a game being clustered by Flea unless
What is that run out?
1 for 1. It's not the worst in the world. Although he did manage to kill the Capital. If he'd killed the Habana, that would have been, or the Bach, that would have been much more impactful.
Yeah.
But losing your pulse for the Capital, I don't think
That was viable.
That's as good as a trade as what you were hoping for, but I mean, a kill's still a kill.
Yeah, true. Nonetheless, a 4v4 situation, and yeah, there's just a losing Capitao at this point would just mean less smokes, less ability to cover the approach. But with Ying, it's not really that much of an issue. With the Candela charges and the smokes, it should be fine.
Yeah, Ying's just basically a one-man army, you know, providing cover to a plant.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hotstuff, meanwhile, just forced to
He's had
go
his shield
prone.
blown.
He had his shield blown as well, and he will need to fall back. But
that's
still
not a
try to
good
hold.
spot for Mira to be on.
Oh yeah, it's not a.
That's not a good spot for Mira to be.
It's not a good spot for Valk to run in as well. There's shade actually.
I wonder how that conversation went. Hey Major, do you just want to come cover my spot for a minute? I want to go check something else out. Yeah, sure. Crap. What do you mean it's open?
Meanwhile, Shade nearly gets killed, and no, that wasn't Shade, that was DOS. Shade, meanwhile, just about to get the sweet flank. Nobody from DarkSided knows, and there's the kill on Hibana. There's the one. There's the big one. Whereas, DOS. Oh, what are you doing? Gets the kill on Jack Daddy as well. 2v4
These
situation.
late roams.
The late
Now
roam
it's a
game
minute
is strong.
1v4, and they have to really worry about these flanks now. So, you know, Spaz and Fletch, they're not going to have a good time pushing this last spot, because now they have to clear out behind them. They have to retake control of the entire mapping.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it even look, you can see it through their camera that they're quite spooked now to go for the full-on ballsy push, but nonetheless. For Zero Gaming, it's pretty much.
They need to start moving.
Yeah, for Zero Gaming, they just need to keep holding their angles. There's the utility start getting used, as well as the Candela charges. If the flank will be happening, it will need to happen now. There's the C4 that actually tagged up Fletch pretty nicely. There's the nice flick onto a head. The push from Fletch and
Shade's outside, but he still manages to get the kill no matter what.
Shade just
yeah.
How?
I can be fully stopped. I can be fully spotted. I don't care. But another defensive win. It goes over, tied up 2-2. This map 3 is all I was hoping it would be.
Definitely. And it does seem that both teams are not planning to let go of this matchup just yet. Although, barring Gaming Room this time, once again from VSDS, and a pick of Frost this time for Spaz. I'm still kind of doubting that pick, because last time, the very first round of barring Gaming, VSDS got bulldozed pretty much.
Yeah, they really did. Hoping to try and get them off. Hoping to try and get Zero Gaming off guard here. I don't think it'll work. They didn't fall for it the first time. Didn't affect them very much. We'll see whether or not DOS can have another spectacular round, the same as he did last time.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I would.
I don't think it's going to be very hopeful. They need to have a much stronger presence up top.
Definitely.
They need to be able to deal with this this upstairs section, they need to be able to defend this upstairs section, or else they're going to get boosted as hard as what they did before.
Definitely, and it feels to me that to stop that aggression from Zero Gaming on their push into Baron Gaming, they would need to enforce more of that trap meta. If you want to stop that rushing, just put as many traps as possible. Get Frost, get Ella, get Legion, just everything to just pause them. Because that like even slight like half a second pause, you could catch them off guard. But nonetheless, Shade and on DOS are actually dedicating fully on to that push upstairs, as well as Major, who are now on the balcony and trying to go for the prefaz. DOS is just going, hold my beer, let me go peek them. Let me at him.
Yep, he wants to go. And he's keen to find some kills. He's going to have to jump in if he wants to pick them up, though, as they are not going to be coming to him. They've learned from their mistakes.
the problem now for Zero Gaming is that there is a frost. There's the first welcome mat that was found, and there's minus frost as well for Spaz. Now it's all up to, I believe, Warden, who just got taken out just in the right moment by Major.
He did manage to take DOS pretty low though, trying to get that flank.
Meanwhile, Rock picks up yet another kill on Jagdad as well.
Odd Stuff didn't manage to get his frost trap out. Oh no, he's outside.
He was just outside. All up to now Fletch and Nico, once again 2v5, and it looks like a repetition of the very first round to me, Flea.
Absolutely it does. They've managed to take control of Library very, very quickly with 0 losses here. So now it's all up to Fletch and Nico again. They were the last two alive the first time. Fletch was the last one alive. They know exactly where he is. Those Habanas are being blown somewhere, or right above him, just to be annoying.
Nico secures the kill on Major, but will get traded out by Rock straight away. And the C4 Kobe from Fletch, a 1v3 situation. All 3 of Zero Gaming players are upstairs though, so there's still a bit of walking space for Fletch, whereas Hot Stuff is just busting open the floor below him. Just to get that sweet angle.
Very, very careful at this point. With everything open, they're starting to try and get their way in. 30 seconds left, so they still have a good amount of time. All they need to do is drone out exactly where he is, which DOS just did. So
I don't think DOS saw him.
I don't think he did. Yeah.
I don't think he did. So Fletch is still waiting for the right moment. There's the plan happening. But Hot Stuff. Oh, yep. There we go. Now they know where he is. Hot Stuff. We'll see. Fletch, and that is the round. Zero Gaming taking yet another win in their pockets.
Yeah, it was a little bit. That was a really good fight from Fletch. Unfortunately, he couldn't manage to get the round, but really good fight from him. He's sort of been left in those that was a 1v4 again for him.
Definitely, and let's have a look at that scoring. We are seeing fairly even actually spread from Zero Gaming kills wise, whereas for VSDS we did see Warden primarily still getting the kills with Fletch.
Yeah, Fletch has been a monster this game so far. I think he's been absolutely fantastic for his team basically this whole game through. First round he was solid. He wasn't the star, that was Jack Daddy, but second map he did really well as well, and he's just been so consistent tonight that you should be pretty proud of the way he played.
Definitely. We are seeing once again a pick of Mute on Major Vulcan, and this time it is a kitchen and trophy room hold for Zero Gaming, and once again Zero Gaming are currently in the lead. So now they will need to just be able they will need to just hold out the defense round to get the upper hand on ViewSonic.
Yep, and they I believe they won this round last time. No, they didn't, did they? I think they lost it.
5 seconds left before
I think they did.
You think they won or lost?
I think they lost.
Attackers are moving out.
Yeah, because because it was 1-1. So ViewSonic lost the first round, and then Zero Gaming lost the second round, or lost their first defensive round. So, it's a little, little interesting to see them go back here again. Whether or not they can, replicate some of the excesses. They did get off to a pretty good start early on.
Yeah. And actually, I just got the hint that ViewSonic actually won their last round on Kitchen Trophy. Just remembered it with the Warden versus Blitz on the last round, where pros don't fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nonetheless, Fletch actually going for droning and catches DOS
Vigil,
on while uncloaked. So now they know he's there. There's the Claymore from Warden as well.
It's one of the hardest decisions as a Vigil player. Do you go cloak and give away the fact that you are off-site, or do you stay uncloaked and hope that the drones will run straight past you?
Yeah, that would be a very hard decision, but that would primarily just, I guess, depend on chance. There's also the sweet cams that we all like, and Spaz is starting already to do some work on the flooring in the master bathroom from upstairs trying to get some rotations cut off.
Yeah, Spaz just trying to hold the Serenity angle, see whether or not he can pick someone up. It was last time they did this. I do believe it was Nico on this buck who had a phenomenal round.
No, Nico was still in Habana. Nico was just peeking through the holes that buck did.
When he got the... Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. Nonetheless, Shade actually just about to go for that flank through that very risky west staircase.
And they still haven't dealt with DOS down below.
There's the kill, by the way, on from Shade onto Fletch, and Rock minuses out Jack Daddy as well. So that is Twitch and Ying gone. So now it's all up to Warden to do the covering work with his bolts, whereas Nico and Spaz will need to do the fragging.
The fact that the DOS is still alive down there is ridiculous.
It is.
You know how many resources they've put up there. Now they're just gonna have to funnel through the hatch and the trophy window here. I just can't see it working. As I said, that one kill does get picked up though.
Meanwhile, Warden already manages to get the kill on Shade. Spaz gets down. The Warden trades out, I believe, Major, and it's all up to DOS and Rock to actually stop this plan. There's the pre-fires. Does down him, I believe, as well. So it's all up to Nico. All up to Nico to try to clutch this up. Warden and Spaz all fully down. And it doesn't look like a good plan for the SDS as they just got put down and shut down hard by DOS and Rock.
Yep, Rock picks up that easy double kill with the downed people, and DOS picked up, DOS picked up,
the shot on Nico.
Who was it? Nico, yep. DOS picked up Nico, so, yeah, very, very good round for them, and now they're on match point again. They're actually in, they're actually looking to take the win off of ViewSonic DarkSide here. Yeah,
it gets that possibility gets closer and closer, and they're looking extremely powerful versing DarkSided, which is considered as one of the top teams. And Zero Gaming, slowly.
Yeah, most people would consider ViewSonic DarkSided the second best team in
ANZ
right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll be. It'd be quite an upset for Zero Gaming to win this, despite how close this round has been. Like this whole series has been. I think it'll still be an upset if Zero Gaming managed to take this out.
Yeah. And this time, once again, we are seeing the trophy room kitchen defense from VSDS. Same setup. Jack Dad is now on mute as well. Whereas from Zero Gaming, DOS has finally switched over from Blitz to Ying, which is kind of surprising to me, but I'm guessing not. I'm not too sure.
Nah, I'm not that surprised. Ying's a very good operator. I'm not surprised to see her at all. I was very effective against these castles as well.
I meant it's rather just surprising for him, for DOS on Ying, yeah.
DOS has played how many unique operators?
True.
We can see DOS on anything at this
point.
Like, the jack of all trades.
Yeah, DOS is the jack of all trades. The guy who would be able to just
put him on anything, he'll succeed. Okay.
Yeah.
And one of those castles has already been taken out.
Yeah. Oof. Jack Dad actually gets tagged up as well through what I believe a kitchen window. And VSDS
West main door, I think it was.
Oh yeah, could have been actually. Whereas VSDS still continuing to do the final preps, and it's all up on Nico to hold downstairs, whereas the rest of the squad is upstairs actually, or roaming.
Yeah, very, very, very heavy hold up top. A lot of investment going up to holding this, but if they can successfully hold it, if they can break this push, it will do a lot for them.
There's the first kill from Nico actually on Major. That is Hibana down, but the hatch has been blown open, so that's not that much of a problem for them.
They didn't open it.
Yeah, it was already open. Yeah, ViewSonic already open. There's the rushing happening. There's the utility from the with the Candela, and DOS unleashing out the LMG.
Only half the mag's gone. He's still got another 40 rounds, and he offloads another 20 and then reloads.
That's actually quite nicely executed, forcing DarkSided to fall back and completely give the master bedroom to Zero Gaming. That's a very nicely done push and a good trade as well.
Yeah, so bringing up that Habana is massive. It means that there's no more hard breach. But that being said, they don't really need the hard breach.
Yeah, the main hatch above kitchen is open, so you do have those angles now. And actually, we are seeing a roaming mirror played by Fletch, so this could be interesting. Rook, never mind, picks up a kill on Nico. That's the person who was hunkered down near the trophy, and there's the drops as well coming out. There's the roaming Giga actually. Shade picks up the kill on Warden. Now 4v2. And ooh, Fletch gets the kill on Shade. 3v2 now. Zero Gaming is so close to getting the win. There's a 1v3 now. Spaz gets the kill on 1. 1v2 gets really tagged up. Has to hold the kitchen. Time is ticking. 1/3 of the clock is already gone.
I don't think he has the time to do this.
You reckon?
Yep, because he's got to slow this down. Zero Gaming aren't going to peek him, so he's going to have to go aggressive, and they've got a perfect crossfire. I just don't think he can do it.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Zero Gaming beating ViewSonic DarkSided in a very sweaty game. Well, actually a very sweaty set of games. After a very kind of confident play by DarkSided on border, Zero Gaming just came back. And DOS on the last map was just absolutely amazing, with both playing as Vigil, playing as Blitz, and now playing as Ying. And we are seeing 8 kills on him with Rock on 7. Whereas for ViewSonic DarkSided, it's Fletch and Nico that has been popping off the most. Ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. And that was a tremendous match. The whole series was fantastic. Congratulations to Zero Gaming for picking up the win there.
Yeah, to be honest, I did not expect that. I full-on thought that from all of the predictions that the community made, that DarkSided would win, but that was something that was very nicely played by Zero Gaming as well as DarkSided. Both teams showed up really well, and I guess it's just unlucky for them that they have lost this.
Yeah, it really was. And welcome Monkey Fist along as well. Is going to join us for a bit of analysis and a bit of chat here. And
yeah,
what a great series that was.
Yeah, it was. And I suppose we
lost.
saw DarkSided take the L.
DarkSided. Both teams.
You saw it on that
really well,
previous map. We saw Fletch and Nico standing high up on the scoreboard, and those guys are playing the anchor positions, right? Whereas, you know, the main fraggers weren't getting the kills. So Warden and Jack Daddy just weren't doing as well as they were in the very first and second map. Warden was smashing it on the second map. But coming to Chalet, I think, you know, they only had 2 or 3 kills each. Whereas, you know, we saw Nico and Fletch all the way up on 6 or 7. So that means their roamers or their entry fraggers aren't doing their jobs, and it's left to their anchor positions to try and get the frags. And, you know, they get 1 or 2, but then they go down and the round's not won from there.
Yeah, I think Jack Daddy's probably the biggest example of that. He absolutely carried ViewSonic DarkSided through border, but to have him, you know, fail so hard on Oregon and then Chalet as well was just a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose you could also say that they're still a new team, this ViewSonic DarkSided lineup, but I don't know.
I don't think. Well, you know, Spaz and Nico have been played with the other 3 for a long time. There's not one. You know, there's not one. They're not a new team that's just decided to randomly start playing together to pick up like talent or something. They've got a long history of playing with each other, so they should not be as new as, you know. I don't think that the new argument sort of holds up there, because their synergy should already be built.
It did definitely feel that DarkSided seemed to have lacked communication, to be honest, especially on Chalet. Like, they were missing or just not checking something that was not checkable, or just losing like really simple stuff.
Yeah, and I think it was a really big mistake by ViewSonic DarkSided in particular, when they really stuck to the basement hold that they were doing in Oregon, where they kept holding upstairs. They kept holding the meeting room, and they put so much effort into it, so many resources, but it just didn't work out for them ever. I think they held on to that for a bit too long.
I suppose what's also really surprising for me is that the map picking ban was perfect for ViewSonic DarkSided. We had like 3 of their strongest maps, but they just couldn't stand up to the might that was Zero Gaming. I'm very surprised.
Definitely. Yeah, and it just... Yeah, Zero Gaming did seem that it was... They were ready. They were ready for everything. They were ready for Chalet, they were ready for Oregon. And DarkSided just seemed that they were either going too experimental or they just... Yeah, they just weren't too ready, or maybe just didn't sleep enough. I don't know.
I think the teamwork was just better.
100%. There was something else I was going to bring up. The teamwork from Zero Gaming started out a bit rocky, but you could see them, covering each other off, droning for each other, pushing with each other, getting refrags, moving through a bit more. We saw on Oregon, Shade pushed alone by himself, a lot of it, and he was consistently punished for it, and Shade didn't have the greatest of maps on Oregon. But the rest of it was just so team-based for them. They did so well. And yeah, I want to touch back on to the point of the pick ban phase that you said went so well to DarkSided, which 100% it did. Three probably in their top 5 maps was those 3 maps. So they should have been very comfortable looking at that, saying, we have this in the bag. But yeah, Zero Gaming on the rise put a real big pin into that.
What really stood out for me from them as well is the amount of C4 kills Rock was getting, and then multi-frags on Zofia. He was placing those C4s nicely and then just rushing in with Zofia to great effect.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Rock has been showing some really good plays throughout this whole game, and yeah, the C4s from both teams, actually, I'd like to point out, the C4s from both teams were really nicely done. Right. I think for now we will be taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be coming back to you soon with another matchup for today, being Medusa versus Tahoot for matchup 2. My name is the Russian Cthulhu. I'm joined by Amflea and Monkey Fist, and we'll catch you later.